Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We are continuing the series Road to FM. If you are new to this channel, in this series I'm playing classical over the board chess games and I'm tracking my progress. Currently I am at 1870 and the end goal is to get to 2300. When I reach 2300 I will get the title of FIDE Master and that's my goal. So, these two games that you will see in this video were played this Sunday. Actually, not Sunday, I'm stupid, Saturday. And I basically played two very strong opponents. This first game was an opponent who has the same rating as me, basically the same. And before this game, he has won every single game in this team championship that we were playing. So I knew that he was pretty serious about winning this game as well, right? And okay, I went with e4, and this game was very short, and we have actually made a draw. I will just spoil it immediately. But the second game, I got completely destroyed. So you might want to stick around to see that as well. Okay, so in this game I went d4, he went c5, and now I went knight to c3. And when I tried to prepare for this game, I saw that my opponent had no games in this opening. So basically, no one has played knight to c3 against him in a very long time. And I didn't know what he will do. He can do this, this, this. He can bring out his knight and do this. So that's so many setups, and I just didn't wanna prepare for all of that. So after d6, that was actually the easiest to prepare, but okay, I couldn't know that he plays that. I went f4, and as you can see, this is called the Grand Prix attack. All the arrows are pointed. I will just play this and I will have a pretty nice attack. So that is exactly what I did. And in this position he immediately made a mistake because he attacked my bishop and I wanted to get rid of that bishop already. So he basically pushed me to do what I want to do. So I just did it. I took the knight, he took, I played d3, and on the next move I castled. Now he continued developing, and I went queen to e1 to rotate my queen over to this side of the board and attack him basically. Now he went a5 to make room for his bishop to come out this way. I went b3 to stop any of the pawn advances, and now he attacked in the center. I went e5 to try to shut down the center so I can attack him better. And here he went knight to g8 because after I attack his pawn he will go g6, and on the next move he will go knight to h6 and he will rotate the knight to f5. And that was his plan. Now I went knight to a4, I attack this weak pawn, and on the next move I attack it again. And as you can see, this pawn cannot be defended because here I just take the queen. And in my calculations I saw that he cannot play c4 because I just take it and he's pinned, right? He cannot recapture. And guess what he played? c4. Yeah, after I saw that move I realized that I made a mistake and I was actually kinda upset about it because as you can see bishops see each other, so I first have to trade the bishop and only then I can tank here. But now he can recapture because queen is no longer on this square, so my rook is attacking nothing. But okay, I went back and after he attacked my knight, now I can go knight to c5. That was the point of queen to f2, to guard the knight. He attacked my queen, I only move is this to keep defending. And after he castles, I saw that he can attack my queen with the rook. So I went knight to e5 to met this move with knight to d6. But instead, in this position, my opponent took on b3, and after I recaptured, he offered me a draw. Now keep in mind, this guy is pretty good. As I mentioned already, he has won all of his games so far in this tournament. And after he offered me a draw, first up I looked at my team situation. Two of my teammates have already won their games, and the last board made a draw. So basically, even if I lose this game, my team will win no matter what. So that's from that standpoint, I can accept the draw without feeling guilty for my team. And now the other thing, I look at my position. I see that I have maybe some ideas with jumping knight here. He would have to take, and then I take with a pawn, which will attack the queen and also be a very annoying pawn with some potential checkmates. But what I also saw is that he can play bishop to e2, attack my rook, and I have to move the rook, and then he takes here, and after I take, he goes knight to h6, and if you look at this position, he will just put his knight here, so my attack won't be happening. I have these doubled pawns that are doing nothing, and he will have this knight, which will be pretty nice. And because of that, and basically after something like, I don't know, this position, it is too far to analyze anything else, and since I won't be losing any rating, I decide to accept his draw offer and withdrew the game. And now we get to do maybe fun part for you. I mean, it was fun part for me as well, so let's check out the game number 2. Okay, so we are back at the second game, to look at the second game. As you can see, my opponent is very strong. And as you can also see, he played at 98% accuracy. So that's crazy. He also made a brilliant move. And it was a fun game overall. I'm just gonna say it immediately, I got destroyed in this game. This guy was very good and he really knew his openings. And when we actually saw the pairings for this round, we only had 15 minutes before the game started, so there was no time to prepare. He played e4, and now I play c5, right? Knight c3, d6, d4, and I take, he takes. And here it is basically up to me to decide which Sicilian I'm gonna play. I first play knight to f6, and here I play g6. So I decide to play a Dragon Sicilian. And here, keep in mind, this guy was blitzing out all of his moves. Like when I played this, he immediately took his bishop and put it here. Like immediately, instantly, like no thought, zero thought. I went here, he played this, instantly. Again, immediately. I play here, he castles. He has not spent a single second basically thinking. Up to this point, he basically gained, I think, 6 minutes from increment or something like that since the start of the game. Now I play d5 and I attack him in the center immediately. Queen to e1. I play d5, I still knew that this was theory, and after he takes, now I started to think for a bit, because I haven't really reviewed this line with queen to e1 in quite a long time. And he immediately took here, again, in his style. So here I started to think, which way do I take, and I took with the knight, which was correct, because I didn't really want to take with the pawn, and that seems pretty nice, you might think. But here the line goes bishop to g5, and these pawns suddenly become very fragile. And I'm pinned this way, so this knight isn't really protecting this square. And had this happened, I'm pretty confident that I would lose one of the pawns very fast. So I went knight to here, which was still theory apparently, and guess what? He knew it was still theory, he immediately played this. Now only move is basically bishop to e6 to guard the center, and guess what? He immediately played this. Now I started to get a bit annoyed with how he knows every move. And here I actually spent like 20 minutes. I thought that queen to c7 was the best, which was. That is actually still theory. But I didn't want to play this because I thought that my opponent can go queen to h4. Oh wait, that blunders a bishop. But not really. Actually, yeah, this bishop is hanging in that line. Okay, I got a bit paranoid actually with calculating all of the lines, but what I didn't like is basically knight to here, which would attack my bishop. And I can't really move it anywhere since it needs to guard the center. So that's why I just played h6 to stop that. And now he went bishop to c5, attacking my rook. I've moved my rook out of the way, and he starts to attack me. Now I went queen to c7 to step aside from this pin, and after h5 I went knight to f4. Now that is apparently a miss. This is one of the standard ideas in this kind of setup, to try to exchange these light squared bishops, but here apparently I missed this. Now that's a crazy looking move. Even though I probably could find it, I didn't even think about that. I just wanted to trade down, and I saw that this might happen. Takes, I take with a rook, takes, and I take with a rook here. And I thought this rook is actually pretty useful defender and potentially an attacker, and my knight is pretty good. So I was actually satisfied with this position, but apparently he was as well. Okay, I would like to say when his theory knowledge stopped, and I think it was around here. Now he started to think for a few minutes before he played this, because this is not the best move. That's why it threw him off. I'm sure if I played this, that he would still know how the theory goes. But okay, rook to e8 and all of this. And now he traded, I took with a rook and took here with a rook. Now he plays g4 to guard this pawn, right, because I'm attacking it. And now I went back with the knight to attack the bishop. He went queen to c3, guarding the bishop. I decided to get rid of that bishop, and here I offered a queen trade. Now, had he taken here, this endgame is probably a bit better for white, but I'm pretty active with my rooks, and my pawn structure is not that bad. So in this endgame, I'm pretty sure that I would be able to hold a draw. Maybe in a very long endgame I would lose this, but this would be nice. And he knew it, and that's why he played rook to d7, attacking me like this. And now if I trade, keep in mind this is not a same endgame. Now these pawns aren't connected, his rook is already threatening my whole second rank, and the knight is very active as well. So I didn't want to do that, and here I probably made a mistake. I wanted to force him again to trade. So one of my ideas was to play rook to b8. And basically I wanted to attack him to make him take my queen, and then I would recapture like this. And I wanted to play that, but then I thought, wait, this bishop is actually staring at this pawn. And the pawn is blocked by the knight, so I thought, wait, this bishop is useless basically now. So I played bishop to f8. And that is actually a pretty big inaccuracy, because now he can go queen to c4. And who is guarding this square? I can't go here to guard it. I cannot guard it from the downside. Usually I could always go rook to here and guard it, but now I cannot. And why I also played this move, I thought after something like queen to c3, first of all, he cannot take here, because then I would go bishop to g7, and when the queen moves, and then I can take like this. So that was a pretty nice trick, but of course he won't take it. And I thought after something like this, I would like attack, and then when he played b3, I could potentially get in with the bishop here. But yeah, I missed queen to c4. And now after queen to c4, the problems start for me. And I had to play queen to e3, only move. And after this, I had to go queen to f4. Keep in mind, I cannot take and defend, because now he goes rook to f1 and I'm just toasted. How Hikaru would say, he has this right triangle kind of shape. So yeah, I needed to go queen to f4. And that was my original idea. But here I changed my mind and I went rook to e6. And now if you look up to here, evaluation bar has jumped. And in this position it really seemed like I was defending everything. And I actually thought I actually didn't see this move that will happen, that is about to happen. I thought that I'm fine and he needs to play something like this, or per se start to activate his rook like this, or maybe make some room for his king or something. But in this position my opponent sacrificed the queen. He made a brilliant queen sacrifice. Nah, that is crazy. When I saw that move, I knew it was over for me. Like that's just insane. I would like to also say that in these positions he thought for some 30 minutes, so he really wanted to make sure that his sacrifice was working. And in this position, after that queen sacrificed, I already saw that it's over for me. Basically it's the same position, but I'm down a rook. And if I take the queen, which I did in the game, I took it out of the respect for him. And after knight to f6, with king to h8 and rook h7 mate, I resigned the game. And after the game, he discussed that I maybe didn't need to take here, that I can play a queen to f3, but then knight to f6 and it is all over. I mean, after I move here, per se some move, and any move, any rook move, just to be safe. And I cannot still not take the queen because of checkmate. And if I don't take the queen, he's up a queen and attacking me. So yeah, this is basically move like 28 and I got checkmated. I don't know actually what to say. And from the game analysis, this guy really did play perfectly. It's almost like Hanses Niemann's games where he's accused of cheating, but keep in mind this guy didn't even leave the playing hall. He was at the board at all times. So of course their cheating is out of the question. This guy is just that good to be able to play games like that. And I think that just shows that he is very good, and in the future he will probably be much higher rating than this. I think even that he was higher rated than this before, but he has lost a bit and now he will gain it back. I mean, that's it for this video pretty much. With this loss, I think, and with that draw, I think we are like minus 10 points in this month. But in the last video I have beaten that pretty strong guy, so we are still in the plus with rating this month. But yeah, not a very good day for me, and good games but by my opponents. I cannot say anything else. If you like the video and if you watched this far, drop a like. That's it, and goodbye.